Out with Francyne. I'm your host, Francyne Walker, and joining me today is a woman that I met about 11 years ago at one of her other signature events, the Butterfly Bash. She is one of the hardest working women that I know. Her name is Sandra Epps. Hey, Sandra.
Hi, Francyne. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Oh, girl, you know I love you, and I love everything
too.
that you're doing. And let's talk about how you got started.
How I got started, okay, with the business, of course.
Yes. Because you have several things under the umbrella of what you do.
Exactly, up under Sandy's land.
Yes.
So
yes.
I will say the hustle or the push to become a full-time entrepreneur, it actually started when I worked for the city of Detroit.
Yes, I remember.
And, I worked for the city of Detroit from 2003 to 2013. But at that time, I was doing some face painting, a little bit of face painting, and but they were cutting our funds there. And I decided, this might be time to really take it to the whole nother level.
Sure.
And I began to dress up and put the butterfly on.
Yes.
And
I love that butterfly.
Thank you. And the rest is kind of like history. Like, okay, so we're going to really do this and take it to the next level to make some funds, but actually put smiles on faces in the process.
Oh, wow. Now, why the butterfly?
The butterfly, great question. The butterfly, it actually signifies those who are suffering from lupus, which I am a lupus survivor. It attacked my central nervous system, my kidney, and my heart.
Wow.
And I was confined to a wheelchair, and I had to learn how to walk, talk, and eat all over again. So the butterfly, it symbolizes where I've been and where I'm going, because I'm always transforming.
I love that.
So people who don't remember me, they will remember the butterfly. Sometimes they call me the butterfly lady, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
because I am the butterfly lady.
Because I remember, was 2011 your first butterfly bash?
It was was it 2011? It might have been
2011 or 2010.
2010. It was 2010.
So I got the number. I got the year wrong.
2010. 2010. You are on it.
Yeah. You honored a lot of lupus survivors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was my thing,
goodness.
always honoring those who are doing things in the community, but strong women who are, despite their circumstances or domestic violence or cancer or lupus, they're still doing their thing.
Do you find that feeds you as well by honoring other women?
Yes, it does. My cup runneth over. I mean, it's such a blessing, because if I'm feeling some kind of way or down or depressed, just giving back. Case in point, for my pillow paint party that I just had recently, I decided to honor some women with cancer.
Yes.
And it is just, I felt better. I felt better because I was doing something to make others feel better.
Doesn't that, people don't really get that, or they should understand that doing that just giving back to someone else, you just receive so much something. I can't explain it. But you mentioned, so we got the face painting.
Yes.
We've got the mimosa.
Yep, the mimosa massage
pillow painting parties. We've got the butterfly bash.
And the Detroit Doll Show.
And the Detroit Doll Show, which we will get to. How do you balance it all? How do you do everything, or because you are the hardest working. I do say, I can honestly say that.
Because like now I'm getting prepared for one of the events, but just like seasons, those businesses are in various seasons throughout the year, and that's what helps me out to basically keep things flowing.
Yes.
For instance, the summer months, the face painting is the most popular.
Yes.
And prior to that, so the March through May is the pillow painting. And then typically May is when I do the butterfly bash.
Right.
And then at the end of the year, that's when I do the doll show. But all of it is still, it's about empowerment.
Yeah.
So everything that I do is all about empowerment.
So it's kind of like you have this one thing, and then they all have, it just has legs.
Exactly.
In each season, which is kind of nice.
Yes. It's a blessing too.
Yeah.
When you're a full-time entrepreneur. So this year will be 3 years that I've been doing this full-time. And I'm enjoying it. Still learning.
Sure.
But I'm loving the journey.
Well, you know what? I don't think you can get to it until you do it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's sort of like when you hear of entrepreneurs, it's like you're not going to be one if you don't do it.
Amen.
So, But what are some of the struggles or challenges you face?
Oh, the struggles and the challenges. How long do we have? Okay, so some of the struggles, and I know some
Not too long.
I know, right?
Girl.
I know, right? Okay, so some of the struggles and challenges. Sometimes number one could be not having the right people on your team to help you. I've been because that takes time to find someone who's the perfect fit for what you're doing, who gets your mission.
Yes.
And understand the mission and feel the mission just like you feel the mission.
Yeah.
I've been blessed, and that's your board. That's my board. So
Yes.
I have found a couple people who are my great go-to, or my board members who are on board with me when it's time to do an event.
Okay.
And so that's a main struggle, finding someone who really is on board with you and have your back.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes
that you can trust.
That you can trust. Number one. Nope, that's number one. Especially with my events. I can't count my money and watch the door and be the host, and so I'm blessed to have some women who are on board with me that I can trust with those things, watching the door and making sure that things are okay if I'm not there. So that's number one. And the other thing would probably be, sometimes it's not enough time in a day, but it can be marketing, but I love marketing. I do love marketing and being on social media because I guess I love people. I communicate with people a lot.
Yeah.
So if I post something, somebody says something, I respond to them, and that's what you're supposed to do. But a lot of people don't. People just like, I'll post it and they will come.
Well, you're a people person.
That helps.
That's an extension of who you are. So that's what I love about social media. But I think sometimes people forget that people drive what we do.
Yes.
A lot of times.
Yes.
What's on your wish list to help your business grow?
On my wish list to help my business to grow.
Because it's growing and it's going to go further, but I know there's some tools and some things you would like to have so that you're not doing everything.
And that's on point. Number one, getting out of debt.
Yeah.
For now, so I can get a loan, so I can get my space. Because I love working with the people I work with and the businesses that I do business with.
Sure.
But I would love to get my space to be able to host my parties.
You're claiming it for
Amen.
her?
Yes. So that would be it.
Okay. So your own space.
My own space right now.
And your own shingle.
Yes.
And it'd be such a beautiful place. And you just have great taste.
And the plan is to do a butterfly garden.
Ah.
So it would be an indoor-outdoor space. So it would be like a shipping container. And I've been looking. So after this major event is over with, I'm going to go into seeking out the proper permits for the land and all that other stuff that I need.
She needs a space, so if you guys know of a space, we are going to help her get that space.
Yeah. So that's the goal. That's the final goal.
Now let's talk about how long have you been doing the Dow Show, the Detroit Dow Show?
This will be the 7th year.
Okay.
The 7th year.
And it has grown. Would you say it has grown? From the first time, what's the difference between now, year 1 and year 7?
The year 1
or year 6 or going forward?
Even year 1. Year 1 was actually supposed to have been a one-time thing.
Oh, really?
That was the thing.
And what made you decide to do that in the first place?
Because the people were hungry. It was the people who were like, people came from New York and Chicago to that first show. And I actually did it based on my book. However, it was just to get the girls to come out and to see Dow reflection so they can continue to love the skin they're in. And so from that, there were people who actually came from out of town who participated with the program and who came from Ohio. It was the quilters group, quilters group, who actually drove in for the event.
That is amazing.
And so folks
so
were like,
affirming.
Yes, exactly. So I knew I must have been onto something because I was getting all these calls and emails like, okay, so when is the next one?
Really?
And because we actually outgrew the first place.
So the show, that whole event had its own purpose and it found you.
Exactly.
Like, okay, we can't let this down or let people down.
Exactly.
They wanted
They wanted it. And then the following year, when I knew I was on to something versus, oh, I might do this again and who knows, is when we were at the Dr. Charles H. Wright, because I actually outgrew the International Institute. We didn't have it was just too much.
Yeah.
It was like too many people, and
That's the one on the corner, isn't it?
On Kirby.
Yes.
On Kirby.
Yeah, that is a tight spot.
Yeah. So that just didn't hold the people and the vendors who were there. So went to the Charles H. Wright. That was the year of the storm. I'll never forget. We had over 5 inches of snow. They were doing a tribute to Nelson Mandela upstairs. We had more people at the Doll show than the tribute to Nelson Mandela. Do you hear me?
Nelson.
I mean, but that just showed me, wow, this people were coming out.
Yeah.
Two people were. One person was in a spin out. Another person was in an accident, and they still showed up.
What do you think the significance of dowels, what significance do dowels play in our lives? Because even as an adult, you have people who you have women who have
I have a ton
dolls.
of women who come and they buy dolls because most of them did not have that when they were growing up, dolls that looked like them.
Oh,
a lot of African American women, Latinos, and then even Indian. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have that. So there's a lot of women who come to the show. Technically, doll shows typically are for collectors.
Yeah.
And the reason why it has grown, but and it's the largest of its kind, is because I appeal to children and basically
so
women.
Smart. Yeah.
So when you come, you can bring your children as well, and they can have fun and be entertained. And also, they're getting some empowerment in terms of what we have on our program, but they all also see dolls that reflect them, which is not that often in your stores.
And so necessary.
Yes.
I remember my doll, Drowsy. We had the white one, which I'm probably telling my age, but we had the white doll, and then we had the black doll. Then we had the black with the Chrissy and the Tara with the hair that pulled out, So I still remember that.
Yes.
And I remembered
you remember that from your childhood.
Yeah, I remembered having both colors, but really excited about a baby that looked like me.
Exactly.
That was my color. Then the Sunshine Family and the Happy Family. So, those are dolls from my time, and then the Black Barbie. So,
but that's reinforcing who you are.
Absolutely.
And saying that you're okay.
I'm okay to exist the way I am.
Because you see another form of your playmate, this item, this doll, that looks like you. Versus, can you imagine growing up in a time where our parents didn't have that? It's like, oh, here, this is what you're going to get.
Totally.
And so, you get this almost like a form of self-hate because so then you find it when you go out, it's like, oh, my niece going through it too. And that was another inspiration for me to do this. It was like, oh, my hair don't look like their hair because they're going to the school where, it's more Caucasian.
Sure.
And so my niece now wants straight hair.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like her Afro puffs as much because her friends have the straight hair. So that the whole terms of having the dolls and the show or whatnot, but for girls and even boys, just identifying themselves in their toy. It's good for their self-esteem.
Oh yes. So let's talk about the event. Is happening November 10th, which is a Saturday.
Yes, it's a Saturday.
And where is it located?
It's going to take place at Doubletree by Hilton, which is 5801 Southfield Freeway, Detroit, Michigan 48228, and that's right at Ford Road.
Okay.
Yes. And
So
we're going to do a tribute to the Queen of Soul.
Nice.
We're going to have Sabrina Nelson. She's going to do a live painting.
Okay.
Which is that painting is going to be actually given to one of Aretha Franklin's trusted assistant, which is Fannie Tyler, who worked for Aretha Franklin as well as Aretha Franklin's father, C.L. Franklin, as his personal secretary. So we will be honoring her by giving her this painting. We're going to have a doll look-alike contest, which is our most popular thing. We're going to have a kid DJ this year to provide the music for the doll look-alike contest, where you have to dress up like your doll.
So exciting.
We're trying to make it family-friendly and fun. So we're going to have face painting as well, arts and crafts, and then we're going to have a panel discussion, Redefine Your Beauty. So we have some powerhouse women that's going to be on there. So it's not just come in and shop till you drop. We want them to. Because we have doll artists from Chicago, New York, Ohio,
Yeah, I
Baltimore.
remember. Yeah.
I mean, we literally have people who come in to participate on
That's
the program,
awesome.
but also people who drive in. We have a lady who actually is chartering a bus from Ohio with 32 girls to come here.
Girl, you
For the
doing
diamond
something. That is
That's
phenomenal.
nothing but God. I mean,
Yes.
she called me, as a matter of fact, yesterday, trying to find out what restaurants were close by. But and all the girls are like so excited to come
Oh, that
here.
energy, all that great energy.
Yeah, so we're excited about it. I mean, to do this and to know that people are actually busing people in to attend
Sure.
it's a huge thing. So we're gonna try to make sure it's like really
Oh,
really
God,
great for
I'm
everyone.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, come on down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much, Sandy, for agreeing to speak with me. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I think I try and tell you that on occasion.
You do. I appreciate
And
that.
I'm rooting for you and your vision. And I know everything that you have here is going to manifest. So
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
So that does it for this edition of Life and Style with Francyne. We'll see you next time.